Hey fellow garage golfers, Rolling here with Garage Golf, where we provide extraordinary golf info for the extraordinary golfer. As you can tell behind me, we made some major changes to the studio. We got some really major changes coming up, but before we get there, today, I'm testing out the Monster Mat. Stay tuned and check it out. All right, thanks again for watching and welcome back. Here at Garage Golf, we provide information on golf products, golf equipment, golf simulators, golf mats, and pretty much anything golf related. So if you're new to our channel, please make sure to subscribe and click the bell notification for more videos like the one you're watching here today, as well as if you have any questions on any golf products we recommend, make sure to check out our landing page in the video description below, and we'll also put a link for the Monster Mat that we'll be reviewing today. Let's jump right into the video. All right, so before we get started, let's go ahead and address the major elephant in the room. I'm sure you guys have been looking and you probably have this on your mind. You're thinking it right now. And the answer to your question is no, these aren't Crocs that I'm wearing. These are actually Walks, which are $10 Crocs from Walmart. And man, are they comfortable. This is actually how I roll in my studio when I'm not filming, but I'm just too darn comfortable with these things on. So you're gonna see a whole lot more Walks in future videos. Now, let's go ahead and jump straight in to the mat that we'll be testing out today, which is the Monster Mat. It was a graveyard smash. Okay, no, we're not gonna be doing that. But anyways, this mat was sent to me to review, just so you know, but we are gonna give you our honest opinion on it. As you see here, my trusty True Strike golf mat has been lifted. It's been placed over here for now. We're gonna be testing out the Monster Mat. Now, some of why you see some of the changes here in the studio, I moved some things around just to kind of open up the space a bit. Hopefully you guys like it at home, is because I'm actually gonna be doing a major renovation to the studio coming up very, very soon. And I'm looking forward to sharing that with you, but we can't let the cat out of the bag just quite yet. So let's go ahead and open up this mat here. Let's test it out. It's gonna be the 5x5 Monster Mat. I believe it retails right now for around $368. And there's been some high praise on this golf mat, so I'm looking forward to testing it for you at home. All right, so we got this thing unwrapped, and one of the first things I'll tell you is this is a really beefy golf mat. It's 5x5, and as you can see here, extra thick quality, good durability. Now, one thing that I was alerted of in advance was that they've gone through a new process with how they cut these things, because these are actually, this is an indoor-outdoor golf mat. They make these in huge sheets and then cut them. Well, they recently got a new machine that cuts them, and when it was cutting it, it should also vacuum up any stray pieces, any little strands that may be sticking out. Well, according to the owner and to the rep that sent me the golf mat, they've been having some issues with that. Now, what that would cause, essentially, is just some little strands when you hit. And if you watch, there's been a couple other video reviews where we've seen it, where little strands are coming out and they're attaching to the golf club. It does not stain your club. That's one thing this mat does not do as well, which is really good quality. That's perfect. But what I'm gonna do before we get started with any other additional part of the review is I'm just gonna vacuum it real quick, see what comes up. We'll see how much of this comes out as we go through that process. But we had seen some other reviews where people were concerned about it wearing down and different things. And that's actually something that is not a problem with this mat. It's a good quality mat from what I gather and what I've seen on other reviews. I'm going to be testing it myself. But I am going to vacuum it up just to keep all that stuff from getting in my studio here as well. So I'm going to do that and I'll come right back to you guys. And also it does come with two of these cool tees that pop in underneath from the bottom. There's a four-way mat so you can rotate the mat as you need to. These tees will go in there and I'll show that to you here when we come back as well. There we go. It's going to be nice and flush with your mat. And then from there, it'll actually hold real tees that you just put into that little spot and keeps it from flying everywhere. Don't really ever want a mat that holds a real tee necessarily, because over time it's going to deteriorate. It's going to wear down on you, which I've seen happen before. So I like the fact that it has a spot in there. You place it right in there and you're good to go. And here's an example of a long tee that will go right into that spot there. Allow you to put your tee in there. And then allow you to put your golf ball right on top of the tee. Perfect setup in my opinion. All right, so now we got the mat set up where the Unicore will read it. We got everything set up where the sensors are lined up for both the driver and irons. No bird tees would be needed with this particular mat, which is cool because it does take the real tee, but it's being held in place by that placeholder underneath the actual golf mat. So I do like that as well. Let's vacuum this thing up real quick and see what actually comes out of this golf mat. And then we'll start taking some shots from there. Okay, we're all wrapped up with that. We're ready to take our shots. Don't know if you can see that at home. Not all of that is the actual mat, but some of it's dirt and other things. But it did pick up a good amount from the actual golf mat, it looks like. So hopefully that'll take care of that problem and we're ready to go. So now that it's all cleaned up and pretty looking, one of the things that I really have to compliment is the actual color of the golf mat. I'm not sure if you can really see it from there on the camera. I'm going to show you from my address here. But this is actually a really very vibrant green mat. I really like that. It's a good color. It looks really nice. It looks, again, very good quality to me. I'm looking forward to starting to take some shots on this golf mat, but overall very cool. And there you see the tee that I was talking about and how it sits in there at address. So really neat, man. I really liking it so far. And again, it's definitely something I'm looking forward to testing out a little bit further. So let's go ahead and start off with some easy shots. Let's go ahead and start off with a 7-iron. We're gonna take about 4 or 5 shots. I'll let you know my feel on the overall mat and how it's presenting at address, how it feels as we hit down and through the golf ball, hopefully. And we'll go ahead and get that started right now. When we dim the lights, we'll come back, show you some shots here on the Unicore IXO, and we'll see what kind of distances we're getting, if it's on par kind of with what I normally see with my other golf mats as well. All right, so let's take some shots with that 7-iron now. Okay, kind of yanked the first one a little bit, but good feel. No pain in the wrist, nothing there. Again, a really nice pad underneath it. One of the things I really notice is the feel underneath your feet is really nice. I do like that a lot. It feels like a definitely, again, good quality mat that you're hitting off of. Let's hit another shot. Okay, kind of went the other way now. My normal 7-iron will be about 145 to 155. So right on par with that here. Hit that one 145 carry. Keep going. Mat's feeling really nice so far. Okay, now I hit that one a little bit fat for sure. Definitely felt it. Obviously it did punish me with that, but not a lot of pain in the wrist or elbows. I have a fractured vertebrae in my back, so that flares up sometimes as well. And you know, if I start to feel that with anything, either now or on future videos, I'll share that with you. But overall, it did punish me. I did hit it fat, but it wasn't something that really shot pain up my body, which is good. Let's hit a few more. All right, so I went ahead and turned my golf light. I have a spotlight right above me on. It's gonna look a little wonky on the camera just because I normally have a right and left-handed setup. That's the only reason why it's gonna look a little different. But I need it to see, especially when it's darker in here when I'm doing videos, and I want you to be able to see the screen. So I'm gonna hit a few more shots here. Okay, good strike there. Helps being able to see for sure. 139, 145. Overall, I'm liking the feel of the mat. I have hit the mat a few times before the ball, a little bit after the ball, and so far so good. Struck that one really well. 144, 147. 7-iron's great, not having any issues with that at all. Let's go ahead and hit some driver shots now. I've been struggling with my driver, but I just want to test out this tee. Hit a couple shots with that tee, see how it holds up, see if it flies everywhere or not, and we'll come back to you right now. So I'm really excited to have an actual tee that will hopefully stay in place, or if it does fly, I can find relatively easy. The cool thing about it is it's not going to be piercing my screen or anything like that. I have a tee that kind of goes in there that's meant for this kind of rubber tee that just kind of sits in there and locks into place. So we'll see how it goes. It probably will fly sometimes when I hit it. but I'm looking forward to seeing how it does and how it holds up overall. So let's hit a few driver shots, for better or worse, probably worse, but let's see how it goes. All right. One of my best ones so far. 217, 244. Tee stayed right exactly where I hit it. So I normally use burr tees. They fly everywhere. They're these right here. And they're cool because they replace a normal tee. But if I don't have to use that and I have something like this, I'll take that every day of the week. So I love the burr tees, but if I can not have to worry about going to pick them up every time I hit them, I'll take that as well. Let's hit a couple more. That's more like it. Look at that horrible shot. Really struggling with my driver. Anyways, moving on. Keep it 100% real here at Garage Golf. Okay, so you see some horrible shots with the driver, but my tee's still holding strong in that position. That's all I'm really testing right now. Let's hit a couple more, and we'll see how we do. Two out of four ain't bad. 224, 250. Okay, so tee's holding strong. Driver shots are great on this mat. Plenty of room. Even with my True Strike, I had to get an extra range panel because I didn't have enough room. I stand relatively far away from the ball. Here, plenty of room on a 5x5 mat. Again, the mat does have a tee slot in every center portion, so you could rotate it all the way around, keep it fresh, keep it lasting. And remember, again, this mat is meant for indoor-outdoor situations. So I'm gonna be doing a video for you on the next couple videos coming up of a unique outdoor setup, a custom kind of budget setup with the Garmin R10, this mat, and a cool net that I'll be testing out for you guys soon as well. So stay tuned for that. Let's finish this video up with a few hybrid shots and see if we can test that kind of shot out as well. But overall, the mat's holding up strong and the walks are holding up really strong. Good feel. And yes, I almost hit my hybrid further than my driver. I realize that. Any one of you at home have any tips for my driver swing? Go back, slow it down, laugh a bit, and then hopefully help me out from there. Okay, took a nice little divot there. Good little draw. 183, 201. Overall, I can't be more impressed with my initial testing than I have been with really almost any other golf mat out there. So I'm really excited about the Monster Mat. I have no affiliation with Monster Mat. I have no affiliate sales through Monster Mat, at least not yet at this time. It may in the future, who knows. But that doesn't really bother me all that much, to be honest with you. I always give it to you straight, 100%. And this is by far, for these type of mats here, again, excluding True Strike and Fiberville, which is a little bit whole different platform and whole different setup, this has been one of my favorites that I've tested so far. Stay tuned, I'll come back to you here in just a few minutes. We'll finish up this video. Okay, so overall, here's my initial impressions on the Monster Mat. Overall, it's still probably not going over too well, is it? Anyways, overall, I'm very, very impressed with it. I did notice, even though I vacuumed it, and this is something I was prepped for in advance, that I did see a little bit of residue on the golf club, and I'll show that to you here. And again, very minimal. I think I vacuumed up a lot of that residue, but it does wipe easily off the club. And I suspect with time, if you continue to kind of keep up with the mat and you vacuum it a few times, you're gonna probably eliminate that issue altogether. So it's not staining the club or anything. There's little pieces that are still probably loose in there that still need to be kind of cleaned out a bit. And over time, I think that will kind of suit itself and fix itself. So I'm not too worried about that. I did hit some fat golf shots today with testing out different irons, and I felt no pain. That's good. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, but hopefully everything will be fine. And again, I have a herniated disc and a fractured vertebrae in my back. I have had 2 knee surgeries, major problems. So, you know, I'm all about forgiveness and having things that are going to help my joints from my spine all the way down to my legs, you know, and it's definitely something that I want, something that's going to be forgiving. So I'm going to keep testing this golf mat here on the channel. I'm not going to have it for a long, long time, only because I am modifying my setup, and again, I'm still kind of excited about that, and we'll see how that turns out. And I may end up liking it, I may end up not, but I'm looking forward to showcasing that for you guys. Overall, again, for the Monster Mat, at its price point, I think that it's definitely one of the top options for you to consider. I won't sway your vote one way or the other. I do think you should test it if you have a possibility to do so. But for the price in comparison to other big names out there, I think that it's a really good option for you to consider. And again, the appeal to this mat, if you have an outdoor setup, I have a lot of people write me about outdoor setups. This is perfect for that. You can take it outside, you can leave it outside. It can get rained on, fine. They put these in driving ranges all the time in huge sheets, and they last forever. They last a really, really long time. So that's one perk about this mat, is it may not be the best for, say, golf simulation and putting. It had to be something very similar to my True Strike, where you create a ramp if you want to putt from here all the way to the screen, right? It's just a normal mat. But for hitting iron shots and for hitting even some hybrid shots, and then my favorite thing by far was the driver and the tee, and having something just stay in place and locked in place, that I'm not having to chase back and forth to the screen. Even though I love my bird tees, and I found those like 4 years ago, this definitely trumps a bird tee any day, because that tee didn't move once. I suspect over time you'd have to replace them, and that's fine. You can buy those online. But I really, really liked the fact that you can just use that tee, hit it with a driver, keep practicing without having to go pick up a tee every single time. So let me know your thoughts at home. Any questions, anything that I can answer for you? I will have this in my setup for a little bit longer here. So if you want me to test anything in particular, let me know. You can reach out to me at any time at roland@mygaragegolf.com. I'm here to answer any and all questions you have. Again, I don't sell any products personally. I do have some affiliate links if you guys are looking to buy things. You can help out our channel if you use our links. But I'm here to help whether you use our links or not. That's my promise to you. Not every channel out there is like that. And again, I was one of the first channels that kind of got started with this, and I'm proud of that. So I'm here to take care of your needs. If you have questions, don't forget, you can email me anytime. And you also can join our Facebook group down below. That's where we communicate with you guys at home. So if you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, the Monster Mat, I think, is something that you need to test out. I had a really good time testing it out. I'm going to continue to test it out. Looking forward to bringing the video to you of what I would call probably my ideal budget setup, where I'm going to have a mat very similar to this one, a golf net, and the Garmin R10. And I think I can get that somewhere under, hopefully, right around $1,000, or maybe a little bit under, depending upon which mat you end up going with. But that's an ideal setup. You can take that outside, it's portable, and you can continue to play golf even in different times of the year, different areas, especially if you have a cover or something outside. So I'm really, really looking forward to bringing that to you. Now I'm going to do that in here just because I just replaced my grass in my backyard. I have a really small backyard where I live here in San Antonio, Texas, and I just replaced my grass back there, so I can't even step on it right now. So I'm going to show you kind of an outdoor setup indoors here, just because I have more space here than I would actually outside, believe it or not. And I'll kind of give you guys a sneak peek on that here coming up shortly. But let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to me anytime. Until the next video, as always, keep on golfing, and we'll see you on the next one.